from the College of Western Idaho's Canyon County Center in Nampa, Idaho. This is Studio CWI Brackdtology.
Hello and welcome to the third and final episode of Studio CWI Brackdtology, a celebration of the people and programs here at the College of Western Idaho, cleverly disguised as a March Madness show. The madness is over. Congratulations to the University of Virginia. They're the champs, but don't feel too bad if you didn't pick them as the winners, or for that matter, if you didn't pick many winners at all. Take a look. Out of the hundreds of thousands of people who filled out brackets across the country, just more than 6,000 of them got everybody in the Sweet 16 right. When you take a look at the Elite Eight, less than 1/3 of 1% got all 8 teams. And if you picked Virginia, you are among the elite 8% of brackets nationwide. Our student division winner picked the University of Virginia. Congratulations to Olivia Purdue. You have just earned yourself a $50 gift certificate to Jack's Place here in Nampa. Olivia's method of picking her champion might have you rethinking everything you know about bracketology and life in general. Congratulations, Olivia. You are the champion of the student division. How on earth did you pick your champion?
I just guessed.
That's your secret?
Yeah. I don't know anything about basketball. I know nothing.
So forget research, just guess. Rounding out the top 3, there's Olivia, of course, in the number 1 position. Underneath her, Cooper Waitenick, and then Elliot Tolbert in number 3. Barbie Mortensen was just nosed out from the platform there after that UVA win. Barbie is what some people call a non-traditional student. Before I ever saw her in my Com 101 class, it had been 27 years since she set foot into a classroom.
Well, I think I'm non-traditional in a lot of ways. So yeah, I guess I would be non-traditional. I always told my kids that I would never go back to school, that I didn't do it well the first time. And about a year ago, my kids had all left and I was kind of going through what am I going to do with my life story. And I was at my daughter's house and we were talking about all the things that I could do, and we talked about how I loved children and I could go into a program that worked with children. And she picked up the phone and she was dialing a phone number, and somebody answers on the other line and she says, "Hi, my mom needs to talk to you," and handed me the phone. And that started my schooling.
The more classes I take, the more important it seems to me.
Well, what I found actually is it's really inspiring. I feel like I learn so much from the younger students. They have a perspective that I don't. They're experiencing college at 19, 20. I'm experiencing it older than that. But I learn from them. They're some of the greatest teachers. I look at them as examples of how I can think and act and be. I have learned personally that I can do hard things, that I am better at school than I thought I was, and that there's so much to learn, and that learning is a lifelong process, and the more I learn, the more I want to learn. I've learned that I'm brave, and that I am strong, and that I'm smart, and that I work hard.
And so my story is probably like 2 weeks after.
I hope that I have taught that you can do hard things, and that it's not too late to do new things, and that you don't have to write off a part of your life because you didn't do it traditionally or when others expected you to do it. It is worth it. It has brought me a lot of courage and a lot of strength and a lot of self-reflection that I wouldn't have taken the time to look into myself if I hadn't have had this experience. I love what I do. I love going to school, and I love being a mom, and I love being a wife, and you can do all of those things, and you can do them well, and it's been a great journey for me.
Barbie just gave her speech in Com 101 this morning, in fact. Not surprisingly, it was all about having parents take classes teaching them how to become parents. And not surprisingly, it was amazing. Our faculty and staff division was also amazing in that we had a wire-to-wire winner. Congratulations, Jim Gatfield. He's also our speech and debate coach. He never trailed, and I was always chasing him, ending up in second place. My other colleague, Michelle Mahoney, last week's faculty feature subject, finishes in third. This week's faculty spotlight shines on another colleague of mine in the media arts program. When Johnny Rowing moved here almost 10 years ago, he bought a house just 1.5 miles away from campus. He was hoping someday to live right next door to his dream job. And lucky for us, his dream came true.
Everything that I do when I'm here is about giving students an opportunity to just get a little better at the things that they probably inherently want to get better at. I think that's fundamentally the core of my teaching, is that I do deeply care about my students.
Are you all going to be doing vocals? Yeah, we were talking about
that particular one was our first day working together as a group for music production. I gave them some fundamental aspects of what music is about.
Weird. So it's very rare for them to do what's called compound meter.
And asked them to illustrate those aspects in whatever genre they selected. I think my real big theory as a teacher is to give students an opportunity to fail.
Just because they do variations doesn't mean you couldn't copy and paste like a basic beat.
The critic and the creator, I tell my students this all the time, are kind of natural enemies. So it's really hard to create if your critic is constantly coming in and telling your creator everything that the creator is doing wrong. And both are important to having a final product, but they shouldn't be functioning at the same time. So what I try to do is create an environment where the students can be as creative as they possibly want. I try to be, for example, open-ended in what kinds of projects they're going to do.
Switches in a weird place.
Yeah, it is.
Right?
Letting students have that ability to really find a way to express their own interests, I think, is a great way to encourage creativity. You know, you walk into that class and you feed off their energy, the idea that they really are excited about letting you listen to one of their projects, you know, and they're right to be excited about it because they turn in a project that you're just like, yes, you've done it, you know. And this is one reason why I love abandoning rubrics, because if I tell them what I want, that's all they ever give me is what I wanted. And when I give them that liberal rein to go out, they give me so much more. So it's absolutely the students and just seeing that growth. It's the fuel that keeps us going.
I think I'm as happy as Johnny's students that he ended up here at CWI. Every time we come across each other, I learn something new about teaching. If you'd like to learn something from Johnny, check him out. His classes include audio production and Comm 101, in addition to some speech and debate classes. Now, moving on to our Family and Friends division. This is the division that also got us our overall champion. Congratulations to Katie Carl. She has earned a $50 gift certificate to Jack's Place in Nampa. The only challenge is she doesn't live anywhere close to here. She is a news producer in Santa Barbara, California. So check this out. Listen to what she plans to do with that gift certificate.
What's up, CWI Brackdtology? Thanks for letting me play. I'm so happy that I was the winner. That's usually not what happens. Usually someone else takes the pot. I would gladly accept the $50 gift card. I am going to re-gift it though and send it on to you, Dan. Take out Dr. Garrity. It's on me. Thank you for everything that you've done for me. You helped me get here today, so enjoy that.
You are the best, KT. Now let me tell you what I'm going to do with that generosity. Pay it forward. Basically, I get $50 worth of conversation over there with students or with colleagues. And when we go to Jack's Place, I'll explain to them why the coffee is on Katie. It's a really cool place just across the street from the Nampa compound to have these kinds of conversations. When you go, let them know that you're with CWI and you get a 10% discount. Let them know that you saw this show and you might even get one of these sweet stickers. Here's another cool sticker you'll be seeing more of. Right now, our talented marketing and communication team is in the middle of our 10-year anniversary project. It's a celebration of a decade of student success at CWI, and I was able to talk them into giving us just a hint of some of the stories they'll be sharing with us.
Okay, I'll give you one example from one of our alumni, Steve Silva. I thought he described it really, really great. He said, when I came to CWI, I was like a rocket without any fuel. And after my time at CWI, I was full of fuel and I was ready to take off and I was ready to go. And I thought that summed it up beautifully.
I have more 10-year anniversary news to share with you. My beginning video production students are in the middle of producing a half-hour television special telling similar kinds of stories. Be watching on May 3rd for the Studio CWI production of A Decade of CWI. So that brings to an end the first of what I certainly hope won't be the last Studio CWI Bracketology event. I really hope you've enjoyed getting to know the impressive people I get to be surrounded by every day. If you believe in what we're doing, I ask for your support in whatever form that might take. And I hereby invite you to play with us next year on Studio CWI
Bracketology. Bracketology. Bracketology.